The official close of business for the day at the stock exchange in Lagos carried out by officials of Transcorp plc. But that action marks the beginning of another serious business for the company executives. It is the explanation of the facts behind the figures of their performance as at the end of the third quarter of year 2022.
We are in the power, hospitality, and the oil and gas sector. Let's bring it down to power first of all. We've seen some things happen in the sector. One of the things that happened it's right here on the exchange with the introduction of the utility sector on the NGX. So some things to note in the power sector today. Nigeria as a whole has an installed capacity of 12,522 megawatts. Of that, 85% comes from the thermal. Thermal has 85% of that, and the hydro is 15%. Transcorp is 2,000 megawatts out of that, which is about 15% of Nigeria's total installed capacity.
As the first of such events to be held physically at this venue after the deadly COVID-19 pandemic, the officials turned up in good numbers. Nearly all those that matter in the hierarchy of the daily operations of the different subsidiaries of the corporation are in attendance to submit their sectors for scrutiny by market experts and some of their shareholders. From hospitality to power and oil and gas sectors, Transcorp has some interesting figures and performances despite the COVID-19 pandemic that significantly slowed down the hospitality business globally and the harsh Nigerian operating environments.
It is in this challenging environment that we in Transcorp Group have grown our gross earnings by 12.5%. And more importantly, perhaps, as long as the top earning has grown, we've also managed the business quite efficiently for the stakeholders, as witnessed in our profit after tax, which has grown by over 40%.
This year in Q1 and Q2, we've actually exceeded our expectations and achieved numbers that we have never before seen from the onset of the development of this hotel. In May alone, we actually achieved 2.9 billion naira. And this is really significant. Obviously, from the onset of the COVID pandemic, we actually went from occupancy of 70% right down to 5%. It's not just business as usual. It was a lot of initiatives and things that we put in place to actually help us achieve that.
Summary of our story is embedded in the significant increase we recorded in our available capacity, which was 470 megawatts. From January, but as at September, we're doing 638 megawatts. That is as a result of significant capacity recovery that we embarked. We have 2 of our turbines. We number our turbines, so we have GT gas turbine 15, and then we also have gas turbine. We have gas turbine 15 that came back, and we also have gas turbine 16. Also that came back in the course of between January and third quarter. And of course, the combined capacity of both is 200 megawatts.
Transcorp prides itself as a conglomerate with a transformational agenda of improving and transforming lives. Its officials realize the centrality of the company's different stakeholders to that objective, and it is part of the reason they are here to explain the state of things and what more are in their plans for the immediate future.
Going forward, what are you hoping that will be the strategy? Are we expecting a review in strategy in terms of the structure that you currently carry?
Being a conglomerate and being a key player within the power sector, one of the feedstock for power generation is gas. So 281 unlocks that ability for us to vertically integrate our operations within the energy sector.
We're taking a look at the designs that we have to ensure that we have an asset